A little bit of a reminder, this is some advice on knowledge provided to us by Ali radiallahu anhu. Ali radiallahu anhu addressing people who study ilm, who are pursuing knowledge. He says, Ya hamalat al-ilm, O carriers of knowledge, the people who carry ilm. i'malu bihi fa innama al-alim man amila bima alima. Man amala bima alima. He says that i'malu bihi, practice your knowledge. Put your knowledge to practice. Why? فَإِنَّمَا الْعَالِمِ, because the alim, the true scholar, man amala bima alima, is the one who practices that which he knows, who puts to practice that which he has learned and that which he has acquired in terms of knowledge. فَوَافَقَ عَمَلُهُ عِلْمَهُ, and his knowledge is synchronized, his practice is synchronized with his knowledge. فَوَافَقَ عَمَلُهُ عِلْمَهُ, his action, his practice is in sync with his knowledge. There's no discrepancy there. There's no gap there. That this is what he knows, but this is what he does. No, you find that to be synchronized. And then he says, سَيَكُونُ أَقْوَامٌ يَحْمَلُونَ الْعِلْمَ لَا يُجَاوِزُ تَرَاقِيهِمْ. He says, because very soon, سَيَكُونُ أَقْوَامٌ, very soon there will be people, they will carry knowledge, but that knowledge will literally not pass their throats. It'll be right here in the mouth. Everything is verbal. Everything is verbal. It's just a tongue flapping. That's all it is. But it will not even cross their own throats. يُخَالِفُ عِلْمُهُمْ عَمَلَهُمْ. Their knowledge will be completely inconsistent, will be completely out of sync with their practice. There will be no consistency there. He says, وَتُخَالِفُ سَرِيرَتُهُمْ عَلَانِيَتَهُمْ. Their private lives will be completely different than their public lives. It's something I've talked about a little bit recently in terms of what is the definition of taqwa. And I want you to understand, when we say public and private, that doesn't mean in terms of like, your personal interactions. Meaning, it doesn't mean in terms of like the fiqh of it. Well, of course, because at home, I will talk to my family like I'm not going to talk to a stranger. That's different. But what it means is in terms of taqwa, in terms of practicing knowledge, that their private life, Ali radiallahu anhu is saying, these bad people that will come later on, that will be a blemish on the name of ilm, is that their private lives will be nothing like their public lives. Their private behavior will be nothing like their public behavior. Because in public, I got to put up a show. I got to maintain appearances. But in private life, when nobody else is around to watch, to see, to observe, then I can do as I please, because nobody knows. يَجْلِسُونَ حَلَقًا حَلَقًا فَيُبَاهِ بَعْضُهُمْ بَعْضًا. They will sit in halaqas, circles and circles and circles and circles. The halaqas will be abundant. That's why he doesn't even use, these were eloquent people. This is Ali radiallahu anhu. He doesn't say halaqat, he says halaqan halaqan. Alright? That's why he's saying like there will be tons and tons of halaqas. Tons and tons of circles. There will be no shortage of opportunities to learn. And people teaching and people learning. They'll be very abundant. وَيُبَاهِ بَعْضُهُمْ بَعْضًا. But what's going on? They're just competing. They're just showing off. They're in direct competition with each other. And they're showing off to each other. That's all that they're doing. حتى so much so, إِنَّ الرَّجُلَ لَيَبْغَضُ عَلَى جَلِيسِهِ إِذَا جَلَسَ إِلَى غَيْرِهِ. So much so that a man, and now he's not even using the word alim. He's not using the word teacher. Because this man's not an alim, a scholar, or a teacher. This man will become angry at someone who sits in his circle when he goes and he sits with somebody else. He'll get mad at him. Why are you going over there to his halaqah? Why are you going over there to him? Because it's a competition, right? It's like your customer. I mean, a lot of you are very, very young, but imagine owning a store, being a businessman, and then you got this really, really regular customer, and you're just walking by another shop that is your competition, you see him inside that shop. I mean, you're like, oh my God, what's going on? Right? Either you're offended, or you're angry, or you're worried, but there's a problem there. These people will have that approach to ilm and knowledge. And then he says, وَيَدَعُهُ And then what will he do? That he's not just, he won't, that's not enough for him. That does not suffice. He will then abandon that person. I got nothing to do with you. Either you come here or you go there. Can't go both places. أُولَٰئِكَ لَا تَصْعُدُ أَعْمَالُهُمْ فِي مَجَالِسِهِمْ إِلَى اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. Ali radiallahu anhu says that these are the people that their deeds do not go up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These people, their deeds do not go up to Allah. And he specifically mentions فِي مَجَالِسِهِمْ, that these majalis that they're doing, these sittings that they're having, this learning that they're doing or teaching that they're engaged in, that does not go up to Allah. That has no significance, no value in the eyes and the sight of Allah. So it's very important to remember why we're here and what we're doing. We're here to please Allah. And that has to be primary. That has to be the very first thing. And the way we prove that we are doing this for Allah, that we are seeking this knowledge for Allah, is by focusing on making sure that we synchronize. This is ilm, this is knowledge, but it's not knowledge for the purpose of spouting it out to someone else. There were a lot of different other things that I had compiled. Maybe I'll come talk to you about this some other time because it's getting late now. But there are very specific, there's a specific mention of this by Sahaba, by great scholars of our past, of what is the objective of learning. Why are we learning? And how we can maintain sincerity in that learning. But this is definitely important, that concern yourself with your amal. Concern yourself with your character. Concern yourself with your taqwa, with your relationship with Allah. It's extremely important. In fact, it's critical. And that will determine the level of benefit that you walk away with. Once you're done with this program and as you continue to learn, inshallah, that will always determine the level of benefit. That is the demarcating line, the definition, the difference between ilm nafi' and ilm ghayr nafi'. Knowledge that benefits and knowledge that does not benefit. Alright, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make knowledge beneficial for us and allow us to be sincere in our pursuit of ilm and knowledge. It came up in